Okay, so good day, everyone. For this point, we will be talking about the different parts of the research paper based on the APA format. So previously, we have discussed how to cite, no, and what else? What are the characteristics of a good research title, as well as the different research priorities aligned with the research agenda. So the research problem. So for now, we'll produce with the first chapter, which will be uh, firstly about the introduction. So apparently the format would be this chapter would consist of the following. We have the RRL, or the review of the literature. You will be, your research skills, no, will be put to test at this point, wherein you need to read a lot of reading materials, sources, journals, articles, books, websites for this part. Then we have the theoretical framework or the conceptual framework, or both. So this would be depending on the type of the research that you're going to do, followed by the statement of the problem or the research questions. Then, if applicable, you will put also the hypothesis in this chapter, followed by the significance of the study, the definition of terms, and we have the scope and the limitations, so that the readers will be able to identify the scope of your research, what are the limitation, the inclusion, and the exclusion criteria for that matter. So we will start with the introduction. The introduction should describe the report or the paper's background, as well as to provide the rationale for the present study. So this would mean that you will be able to look for, or you need to look for, literature with references, of course, that will provide the most relevant background rather than an exhaustive review of the topic. Kasi doon yan sa review of literature. Dito sa introduction is just parang pahapyaw muna, no? Parang introduction. You will be presenting the problem. It must be in paragraph form. Always remember that. And avoid enumerating the objectives, problems, and hypotheses at this point. Also, it should not be very lengthy. So pila man jud ay dapat, no? How many paragraphs is the ideal introduction? So usually, pwede din namang mga 4 paragraphs lang, no? Or 5. Kasali na doon yung inyong the relevance, social relevance, no? And how you present the problem, the gravity of the problem. So dyan yan pinapasok lahat, no? Sa introduction, from the worldwide scenario to the Asian, since we are in the Philippines, then you would go to the national level and even the local, no? Pwede nyo nang ipasok dyan kung ano ba talaga yung problema, so that the readers would understand why did you pursue that study. And of course, what's new about your study. So the introduction will answer the following first. Yan. Kailangan sa start pa lang, your first sentence will be a striking one. No? It should present the problem. What is the problem? What is this research all about? So you introduce. And then why? Why you have to solve the problem? Bakit importante na dapat gawin nyo ang study na yan? What were the findings of the previous authors who work on it? So kailangan parang i-develop nyo, no? Kung bakit, paano, bakit ganyan, no? So ibutang niyo din ha, na kani sila Juan, Pedro, mo ni ilang na find out, but napay kulang, hence himuon na mo ni, no? We have to do this. What do I expect to accomplish? So the objectives or your hypothesis, you state your purpose and your rationale are also at this point. Sa introduction yan siya lahat, no? And then, ayan. So we have here an example The title of this research is College Entrance Test Results of DLSU or De La Salle University's D Feeder High School for 3 consecutive school year, 2024 to 2027. So what is this research all about? So their intro is the entrance tests provides, sorry, asa na to? Okay, the entrance tests provide colleges with a standardized method to compare students who intend to continue their studies at specific schools or even in specific fields. That is why in many colleges and universities, either state or private, the college entrance tests are being conducted to know the students who can be accepted in a particular course or program. So since their title talks about entrance tests, so yun talda diretso yung introduction nila. So gidefine nila kung unsang entrance test. Entrance tests provide, ganon, kaagad, no? At saka kung ano ang nakukuha, kung ano ang pwedeng mabigay ng isang entrance test. So parang dinefine nila, present nila yung kanilang variable, which is the college entrance test. For their second paragraph, nag-answer sila ng why is it necessary to solve the problem. So every country has rules and traditions about CET or college entrance tests. So notice that CET is now presented in abbreviation so that the next mention pwede na CET na lang. No? In the United States and its territories, American College Test results are required as a basis for admission in colleges, TING 2000, close parenthesis. The primary goal of CET, so ayan, sinabi na lang na CET kasi na-provide na in the first paragraph, in the first sentence of this paragraph, kung anong meaning ng CET. The primary goal of CET includes measuring progress in student learning and ensuring that readiness of what particular course they wanted. Hoover, 2002. Their next paragraph talks about, in the Philippines, it is required for senior high school students to take entrance examination before enrolling in a university or college. Studies show that Filipino students have been found to be poor in science and mathematics. In a recent survey of mathematics proficiency of students from 25 Asian countries, the Philippines ranked 23rd, being the most proficient. So sad, no? That's so sad, but I think that's true. Kaya, kahit marunong tayong mag-Ingles, but we don't have the students, especially nowadays, are walang comprehension, hindi marunong, no? So dapat we have to do something about this. Kaya nga, 'di ba, pinapabasa ko kayo talaga, no? Kasi in reading you will learn a lot. So yon, what else? Next paragraph nila naman talks about the findings of the previous author. According to Ting 2001, the CET is just one of the ways to determine the potential of the students for college work. The test results are also used for academic as well as curriculum review, Zwick 2005. Found that many scores in CET math and science categories indicate that students are unprepared for college level work. So in this paragraph, the author mentioned 2 references. So ito na yung mga previous authors, no? Such study was confirmed by Reyento 2000, who commented that the Philippines has remained an onlooker on this fast-paced science and mathematics scene. In addition, the difference between the performances of public and private high school applicants from Western Mindanao was tested, and our results showed that performances of applicants, when clustered according to type of school and school year, were significant. Arosal 2000. So dalawa na namang author dito. Next, another paragraph. Medyo marami na yung paragraph nila sa introduction. No? There has been no study conducted on the result analysis of the CET of the applicants coming from the different areas and major feeder schools from Cavite at De La Salle University. Ever since, realizing the important contribution of the CET to determine the potential of the students, ito na, pinasok na nila kung bakit dapat kailangan gawin ito, no? It prompted the researcher to analyze the result of the CET administered by DLSUD among its feeder high school. So, ano naman ang makukuha from this study? This study served as a way to predict the ability of students to perform in college level classes and for further development and or improvement of the curriculum and instructions. Blah, blah, blah. So, ganon. Next, we will now proceed with the next sample. The next sample naman is talking about parasitology. So, syempre, unahin natin is to introduce the problem. So, the next study is, ayan, STH, no? So, meaning ang study nila is all about soil-transmitted helminthiasis. Persist in the Philippines where poverty prevails. So that first sentence is talagang mabigat, no? Sinabi na dyan na naghihirap ang Pilipinas at kaakibat nito ang pagkakaroon ng STH. This usually comes along with poor sanitary facilities, indiscriminate defecation, poor eating habits, and ignorance of unhealthy behavior. WPRO WHO 2009. Most STH-infected individuals are positive with ailments such as A. lumbricoides, Trichuris trichura, and Ancylostoma duodenale, Necator americanus, or the hookworms, making it a public health concern to reckon with. O diba? First paragraph pa lang, talagang ramdam na ramdam mo na yung problema ng study na ito. So ganun dapat, no? Sa first paragraph dapat ma-feel na sa readers kung unsa ang problema o unsa ang imong buhaton, no? Para ano sila, ma-satisfy or ano ilahang ano na okay, importante talaga ito. So kailangan gawin niya talaga ito. That's how you do it, no? Next is importance. So there is a strong evidence of association between helminth infection and learning disability, memory, verbal fluency, and the presence of parasites. In particular, A. lumbricoides and T. trichiura infections were associated with poor performance on test memory and tests for verbal fluency, respectively. Iziyamama et al. 2005. Related findings were reported on the relationship of parasitic infection and mental processing. Olorkin and Holland, 2000. Mali ito, no? Kasi dapat naka-ampersand yan. In addition, the stunting growth and undernourishment, especially in helminth-infected children, have been constantly observed. So you use now a semicolon, no? Yamamoto et al. 2000 and Casapia et al. 2006. Kasi these authors mentioned the same, no? Medyo similar ang kanilang results. So kaya dalawa yung na-mention dyan. Next part of the introduction for study number 2, ayan. So ano naman yung mga ginawa ng mga author before? In other countries, the occurrence of STH is also associated with poor living conditions, inadequate sanitation and water supply, soil quality and climate, poor personal environmental hygiene, poor health awareness. In Asian countries, STH have been recognized to be extremely prevalent. Cases of geohelminth infections have been reported in Malaysia, Vietnam, Thailand, and China. So each of the countries mentioned, nilagyan niya ng mga authors. These studies have shown higher prevalence rate and or intensity of infection among children. So gipakita niya that indeed in Asian countries, hindi mamatay-matay ang problema sa STH. Kaya dapat kailangan gawin ang study na ito. So that's how you problematize the problem. Next paragraph naman, in the Philippines, so from Asian countries, Philippines na gud siya, no? These results were further reinforced by local studies. Ryoji et al. 1997, Baldo et al. 2004, Eziamama et al. 2005, Belizario 2009. On cases of STH among children. Most often, children aged 1 to 15 are more exposed to infection and reinfection because of their habits. That is true, no? The indiscriminate defecation, kung saan-saan umiebak, failure to wash hands before eating. So very good yung ginawa ng SOS officers, no, sa pag-conduct ng education doon sa mga bata. And activities, playing in areas where soil is contaminated. Ayan, generally lack of awareness in personal hygiene from DOH Philippines. And ngayon ang kanyang rationale, your purpose kung bakit kailangan gawin. This is still on the second research example natin. Taking into consideration the harmful impact of helminthic parasites in humans in terms of health, this study was conducted to determine the intensity of STH in school-age children in Sarangani province. So dito day ang locality ani sa Sarangani day siya gi-perform. This is believed to help establish a baseline information regarding STH and thus merit periodic monitoring to assure parasitic control within the region. Since they have asked the DOH Sarangani, so wala daw data, that is why ginawa nila ito para maging basis, no? So yun. So ganun ang paggawa ng introduction. I hope na nakuha ninyo to. Next part would be the statement of the problem, now known as the research questions. Again, as I have mentioned na ang research question is dili katong question na nasa inyong questionnaire, but these are the questions that needs to be answered, especially why you will conduct your research. So dapat at the end of your research, maanseran ang mga statement of the problem or the research questions. Okay? Sige. So statement of the problem, the research problem defines the mission and the objectives behind conducting the primary research. A comprehensive problem statement includes, yes, the problem definition, the justification, and the specification of informational needs. So you have to write the statement, the general statement of the whole problem, followed by your specific problems or sub-problems. So pwede kasi na isang general problem and then mag-sub ka, no? So 1.1, ganun, 1. For example, what is the hematologic effect of the crude extract of tawa-tawa leaf against blah, 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 or tawa-tawa leaf in terms of, na kay mga muna na ang 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. No? Next, present the sub-problems in interrogative form. So since this is a question, so kailangan naka-interrogative siya, meaning question mark. No? So general statement answers the objective of doing your research. So you have to define your problem. And then, so pwedeng gawin ninyo ito. The major purpose of this study is to identify the coping capacity of teenage mothers in Tagum City during pregnancy. Specifically, it seeks to answer the following questions. Number 1. What is the mean age of the teenage mothers in Barangay Mag-ugpo East? That's your number 1. Number 2. What is the whatever rate? No, blah, blah, blah. So, ganun siya dapat, no? So, dapat napakaiuna na general statement ay pa ka mag-specific. No? Katong naka 1, 2, 3, o 4. Pwede po kung na per number, dapat yung kay sub. No? So, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, ana. Depende na siya, no? So the statement of the objectives provides support for why research is an optimal path to problem solution. So specifies what variables will be the focus of the research investigation. So diri dapat specified yun siya para sa ato. Kung gusto nimo mahibalaan ang concept, what is the kanang pinaka-best concentration for blah blah blah. So A, 100 parts per million. B, 200 parts per million. C, 500 parts per million. So meaning, among the concentrations that you have, asa dito sa tulo ang pinaka-best nga for example, anti-ovicidal mo. So asa dito ang makapatay og itlog sa lamok, for example. So ang 500 ba, ang 200 ba, ang 100 ba na parts per million. So ganon, no? So next, ayan. Recognize the scientific name and taxonomy of moti-moti. This is an example by a qualified botanist. So, ipa-identify ninyo. So, kailangan at the end of your research, ma-answeran ninyo ni kay mo man inyong gusto mahitabo, no? That's your statement of the objective or statement of the problem. So, dapat ana mo ay certification ng inyong gipa-identify. Next, describe the age of the plant, the pH, the humidity, and other physical characteristics of the plant that would yield greatest antimicrobial property. So, kanina study is the antimicrobial property of moti-moti. So, the second problem niya is kailangan i-describe ang age sa plant na iyang gigamit, ang pH, the humidity, and the physical characteristics. So, you can have that answered. Ipateste mo na siya sa laboratory. Letter C, na pa siya third na objectives. Determine the mean diameter ZOI exhibited by different concentrations of aqueous and ethanolic. So meaning duha ni. Na siya aqueous extract, na pa siya ethanolic extract of moti-moti, the positive and the negative control when used against the test organisms. Letter D, fourth niya, determine if there is a significant difference on the mean diameter zone of inhibition exhibited by the test organisms when exposed to different concentration of aqueous and ethanolic crude extracts of moti-moti, positive and negative control. So those are the 4 research objectives, statement of the problems, statement objectives, no, by the study, this particular study. This is an example. This is actually the study of my mentor during my master's thesis. Kasi ito yung study niya, the moti-moti. Sa akin naman is about tawa-tawa and neem. Dalawa kasi yung test ko. The leaves of the tawa-tawa and the leaves of the neem tree against the larva of Aedes aegypti. So ito na yung parang maging tulong ninyo as to how, no, pag-formulate ng inyong research question. So magamit nyo ito during your writing sessions. Kung describing and exploring inyong research, so pwede mo mag-formulate og what are the characteristics of blah blah blah, or how has that variable, kung sa man to yung studyhan, change over time, or what are the causes of blah blah blah, or how has the blank dealt with blank. So your variables yan, no? Talking to the 2 variables that you will use. If it's explaining and testing, so may ano din ka, what is the relationship of peer pressure towards motivation? Ganon, pwede, no? And then, what is the role of drinking alcohol in student success? Pwedeng ganyan, no? Or what is the impact of speed reading on test examination or periodical examinations, ganon. Or how does what is your variable influence the other variable? So depende kung ano mga variables ang gagamitin natin. That's if your research objective is explaining or testing. If it's evaluating, acting, what are the advantages and disadvantages of utilizing charcoal as a toothpaste agent, something like that, no? Or how effective is your blank, kung sa man to yung variable, or how can sa mga example ng variables na to dira, no? Hot na ako naisip, no? How can that variable be improved, no? Pares ana kung gusto ninyo og synergism, di ba, sa bakte, so basig pwede siya dungagan og ani para mo improve siya. Okay? Sige, using your research problem to develop your research question. Example of the research problem. Teachers at the school do not have the skills to recognize or properly guide gifted children in the classroom. So example would be, what practical techniques can teacher use to better identify and guide gifted children? Or next research problem, young people increasingly engage in the gig economy rather than traditional full-time employment. Gig lang no, mga freelance. No? However, it is unclear why they choose to do so. So your research question would be, what are the main factors influencing young people's decision to engage in the gig economy? That's a very good research question. So note that while most research questions can be answered with various types of research, the way you frame your question should help determine your choices. So remember niyo yan, no? Next. Teachers at the school do not have the skills to recognize or properly guide gifted children in the classroom. So you can write a research question as, what practical techniques can teachers use to better identify and guide gifted children? So madaling masagot yan, no? Kasi pwede mong itanong yan sa questionnaires mo kung ano yung mga techniques na ginagamit ng mga teacher. So ganon. Next, young people increasingly engage in the gig economy rather, nabalik na dahil siya. Actually, you can utilize, no, in writing your SOP or your research question, you can utilize AI tools for this para mas dali, no? Like ChatGPT, for example, we have Jenna AI. Marami na ngayong AI tools that you can effectively use to brainstorm your potential research question. You let AI generate the SOP. Then you brainstorm among your group. You edit, you tweak, no? And you improve what is given by ChatGPT. Kasi alam niyo naman kung ano yung variables ninyo, anong gagawin ng research ninyo, so you can para hindi mahirap, no? So you utilize ChatGPT or Jenna AI or kung ano-ano pang AI dyan para sa inyong potential research question. But of course, again, kagaya ng paulit kong sinasabi, do not copy, no? You rephrase or you improve or you change the words, no? To learn how to use, so pwede naman kayong mag-research sa YouTube as to how, no, to utilize AI in your writing resource sa inyong paper. So kana. Sige. Kani example ni ha. This is an example of a research statement of the problem based on this title. So meron na tayong title. Coping capacity of teenage mothers during pregnancy. So una, sa ganito, dapat mag-ingon ka og general statement. The major purpose of this study is to identify the coping capacity of teenage mothers in Tagum City during pregnancy. Specifically, it seeks to answer the following questions. Number one, what is the profile of the pregnant teenage mothers as to? So meron siyang sub, no? So pero A ang ginamit dito, hindi 1.1. So pwedeng ganyan din naman, no? So A, age, B, civil status, C, economic status, and D, educational attainment. So pwede mo kasing makorelate yan. For example, sa education attainment, high school graduate, high school level, elementary graduate, elementary level. So kasagaran di ay sa mga teenage mothers sa Tagum City kay high school graduate. So maano ni mo siya, no? So kana ang yang number one, gusto niya i-profile, i-demographic profile ang mga participants as to age, as to civil status. So pwede ka na mag-present sa imong result nga by bracket or by pie chart, no? Kay age man imo nang iana-ana. Civil status kung minyo ba siya or nagminyo ba sila or wala, no? Economic kung dato ba sila, middle or pili, no? Or poverty line, and then educational attainment. So that's the first si tawag ani research question. Second, based pa rin ito sa title natin, what is the extent of coping capacity of teenage mothers during pregnancy as to A, childbirth preparation, physical stress, emotional stress, and medical care cost? Number 3, so apat ang kanyang statement of the problem or research question. Number 3, what is the difference in the extent of coping capacity of teenage mothers during pregnancy as to their profile? And number 4, what measures can be proposed to address the coping capacity of teenage mothers during pregnancy? So ganon ang example. So our next assignment no is magsisend ako ng mga titles and you will create as a group, mag-submit kayo ng example ng research questions. Okay? At saka introduction. Isabay nyo yung dalawa. Sige, this will be all for this lecture. We will continue once we meet face-to-face for the next parts of Chapter 1, like hypothesis, conceptual theoretical framework. So yun, dalawa ang ating next na ile-lesson. Tsaka significance pala. May significance and scope. So ubusin na natin yung Chapter 1 for midterm. Madali na lang naman ito. But for now, yan na muna and I will give you your assignment. Thanks and good day.